What this wicked man did to a poor hardworking mother of 4 who only wanted to make an investment that would secure both her future and that of her children will definitely break your heart or even make you cry. I couldn't find the pictures of the innocent woman whose name was Joy Saturday. So as always, I will use a model image to tell her story because I strongly believe that it is something that could happen to anybody irrespective of age or gender. Joy Saturday was a petty trader who worked hard to cater for her 4 children. It is not known if she was separated from the father of her children, lost him to death, or if they were still married. Regardless of whatever the case may have been, Joy wanted to do more for herself and her children. She had plans of investing in real estate, and since she couldn't afford to make a high-end investment, like buying a house in an estate, she decided to buy an affordable plot of land somewhere in Rivers State. It is not clear how they got to know each other, but Joy ended up meeting 27-year-old Prince Ruben, an indigene of Eche in Rivers State, Nigeria, who happened to have a plot of land to sell to her. They both met and discussed the property. Prince later took Joy to the land that he intended to sell. He showed her around and then valued it at 250,000 naira. After this encounter, Joy returned home, worked hard to raise the 250,000 naira, and then paid it to Ruben for the land. They signed all the necessary agreements required for the legal change of ownership of the land. However, after this deal was completed, Ruben came up with a very devilish plan. He reached out to Joy again and then told her that there was another vacant land for sale. Joy developed an interest in the land and then fixed a date to go for inspection. Unknown to her, the plans Ruben had put in place before making this move was one that would shock even the most experienced police officers, as you will soon get to see. Ruben had conspired with 3 of his friends, identified only by their first names as Chinedu, Promise, and Nwaba, to kidnap and also extort money from poor Joy. If they had stuck to this original plan, maybe Joy's story wouldn't have been as heartbreaking as it later turned out to be. But sadly, they deviated from their original plan and then committed a very gruesome crime. On the day of the inspection, Ruben was at his workplace when he got a call from Joy requesting that he take her to see the second plot of land. Since Ruben was still at his workplace, he postponed the meeting till 4 p.m. and then promised to call Joy when he was set to go. After he completed this call with Joy, Ruben reached out to his 3 friends and then updated them on the plan. They had chosen a very bushy and isolated area to initially lure Joy to, and also another forest for the second stage of their horrible plan. The 3 friends left ahead of Ruben to hide somewhere in the bush, waiting for him to show up with Joy. When Ruben closed at work around 4 p.m., he reached out to Joy, and together they made their way to the supposed location of the vacant land he claimed was available for sale. Ruben then lured Joy to the spot where his 3 friends, Chinedu, Promise, and Nwaba, were hiding, and the 3 of them came out to kidnap her. They took her deep into the bush and then collected the only 20,000 naira cash she had with her before they began taking turns to force themselves on her. After this horrible act, Nwaba shot Joy to death while Chinedu poured some acid on her corpse. It is unclear why they had to go as far as using acid on the corpse. It could have been to disfigure the remains, thereby making it difficult for her to be recognized. It could also be that they wanted to speed up the decomposition of her remains. You may have thought that they would end there, but sadly, they didn't. The 4 of them had to make sure that there was a 0 chance of Joy's remains being discovered, and this was where their second plan came into play. One of them told Ruben that he knew a forest where they could go and dispose of Joy's remains. They all agreed to the plan and then moved the remains to the forest where they dumped it. Ruben was arrested and paraded by the police shortly after this horrible crime was committed. However, his 3 accomplices, Chinedu, Promise, and Nwaba, remained at large. This is a video of the day he was presented to the public and also his confession. You could clearly see a police officer shaking his head in disbelief after his atrocities were voiced out.
This is yet another horrible case Ruben, look at the mirror, look at the cameras. This is yet another very horrible case. It's a case of murder, kidnap, and rape.
I am here for the killing of Miss Joy Saturday. So on that day, I went to my working place. She called me on phone that she's coming to see the land. I said okay, that I went to work, that my closing time is by 4. She said okay, no problem, that when I close I should call her. So before then, my 3 friends told me that they are going to kidnap her and make money from her. I said okay, no problem. So on that day, they hang inside the bush. Then I took her to the land. So she saw the land. Then my 3 friends came out. We now kidnapped her and took her to the forest. We raped her. We killed her. We poured her acid. It was my friend that shot her with a gun, a local made hunter gun. My friend Nwaba was the person that shot her with a local made gun. Then Chinedu was the person that brought the acid. They now pour her acid. Then they told me that they have a forest where they will dispose her corpse. I said okay, no problem. They went and disposed her corpse before the police came and arrested me. So since then, my 3 friends run away.
There was no information on how the police got to solve the crime, but we all know how good the Nigerian police can be whenever they decide to be on top of your matter. It is likely that Joy's children or family members had reported her missing to the police. Investigation may have revealed that she had purchased a plot of land from Ruben, and she possibly may have told someone that she was going to meet him again to see a second plot of land. This may have led to them taking Ruben in for questioning as the possible last person who saw Joy alive. Whatever the case may be, it's a good thing that he was arrested. These events took place in 2021, and as of then, Chinedu, Promise and Nwaba were still on the run. There is no information on if they were later arrested. There is also no information on if Ruben was charged to court and convicted of his role in this horrible crime. It is just so devastating to think that Joy gave everything to secure a better life for herself and her children, only to have it all stolen in the most brutal way. She worked hard, she dreamed, she trusted, and in the end, she met a fate that no one truly deserves. May her soul continue to rest in peace, and we could only hope that all the people involved in her tragic death will be prosecuted for their crimes against her. Share your thoughts on this case in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more true crime stories. Thank you for watching and stay safe.